in all layers will stay. Those assets those objects that were visible in only one shot is gone. Okay. So so now it should be recorded. You can refer back to this. Final step, what I did with this photo, what I did, I wanted to kill the color cast. The color cast is bothering me. Everything looks, even the white cars here, white objects, it looks bluish. So because of the window, I'm shooting from behind. So what I will do here, go to duplicate this layer, drag it to the new layers button. Make this layer as a normal layer, not in a smart object, but a normal layer. Oh. Convert, rasterize, actually I need to rasterize this, so go to layers panel, rasterize smart object. Once it's rasterized, as I showed you a while ago, we need to know, or we need to identify which color that is giving this color cast. What is the dominant color? We know it's blue, but which blue in particular? You can get it by going to filter, blur, choose average from submenu. This way, you'll be able to see the dominant color in this layer, which is this bluish gray. Once I do that, I will go and convert this blue-gray into the opposite color. Go to image menu, adjustments, invert. Invert means it will like give from the color wheel. If you remember that color wheel, so it will give you the color opposite to this grayish blue, the opposite one on the color wheel. Invert. This is the color. So this color will suppress that bluish gray by going in the layers panel and the blending mode, choose overlay. There. And again, this is non-destructively, so now you can anytime hide this top layer to reveal your original image. Any questions? Any questions? Yeah, last two steps. We want to remove color cast. Really, color cast is not good in many images, especially when you shoot even in indoor. So indoor, sometimes if you have fluorescent light will give you a blue color cast on anything white, or anything really, but on white will show clearly the blue color. If you have tungsten light or spotlights, those heat lamps will give you yellow cast. So if you want to remove them, you have many ways. This is just, I'm showing you here one trick. There are many tricks out there. If you search the internet for how to remove color cast, you will find so many ways. So this is something I will show you now again. I will go duplicate this layer, right click, duplicate, hit OK to duplicate it. I cannot perform next step because this is smart object. So what I will do, I'll just rasterize this layer. Okay, I will right click on it then. Right click, rasterize layer. Now it's normal layer. It's not smart object anymore. Next, filter, blur, average. This will blur the whole image, but will make sure that it's pick up the dominant color. This is what I want. Next thing, I need to have the opposite color to this dominant color. So from adjustments, go invert. Then from the layers panel, I will overlay this inverted color overlay. If you don't like the result very well, that's so good, you can reduce opacity of this top layer. No, smart objects, regarding the question, is Berlanti, is adjustment, no, not everything works on a smart object. You will find that so many things in Photoshop does not work on a smart object. That's why you need to try and see if, so for instance, a while ago, when I converted text, Dubai text, into smart object, because I cannot warp a text unless I go and rasterize it. If I rasterize it, I'll lose the ability of editing it in the future. So converting it to smart objects give me the flexibility here. So yeah, not everything works, not always. There are limitations. Another feature for smart objects. Let me just show you this. If you don't mind, I will demonstrate this because this might take a bit of time. I will demonstrate this. You can watch me. It will just take maybe 3 to 5 minutes. This is just an artistic technique, I would say, maybe. It's not a feature as such, but just to show you that what you can do with the smart objects sometimes. You can just create an art out of anything. So this is a photo. I copied it for you, but you can watch the video later on because this might take a while on you guys, on your machines. I will just simply duplicate this layer, transform, rotate 45 degrees. Okay, just you can see here 45 degrees here. Return, duplicate this layer, transform it 45 degrees, return, duplicate layer, transform it 45 degrees, and so on and so on. I will do this a number of times. Okay. So please bear with me. 45 degrees, duplicate layer, transform 45 degrees again. I believe that's it, yeah. No, one more. Okay, so now I have a duplicate, 7 duplicates of this original layer. And each duplicate is at an angle of 45 degrees. It's just an image that I picked. The thing is, this image has a contrast a little bit. So now I will convert all these layers into smart object and go to the same area that we went a while ago, smart object sublayer stack mode. I will just try and see what I can achieve with this. No, this is not what I want. So smart object stack mode, minimum maybe. So you can see now you can get some different results, and really this can be like an artwork. You can say it's my creation, but you got the idea. With smart object, you combine multiple layers into one smart object, and you can access from the submenu here, from layer, smart object submenu, you can access these options to work with your smart object. And what I can do, I can even duplicate this layer and give it a different effect even. It's endless capabilities. You can work on this the whole night really, and get different results. Just mixing or blending modes here. So hue, but luminosity, no. But I don't know. So this is just one thing to explain about smart objects. One example here to show you what smart object can do for you. Okay. Let's work on another feature, photo merge. I'm sure most of you have worked on photo merge in Photoshop. This is an old technique. Well, this is an old feature in Photoshop. You can find these three images in extras 2 folder. The extras 2 folder. It's called photo merge. So you can see these photos are really, I mean, sometimes you don't have the wide angle lens. So when you go and shoot this panoramic view, you will not be able, with a normal lens, you will not be able to grab the whole image in one shot. Or if you want to take 180 degrees or 360 degrees angle even in a room, perhaps, you can take multiple shots, snapshot, turn, another shot, and you can merge them later in Photoshop. But we need to know how to have successful merging. Let's say you are standing, just like here, let me just explain here. These two images, for instance. In these two images, you can see the tree is visible in both images. This tree, it's visible in both images. So now Photoshop, when go and stitch, Photoshop will stitch these images for you. It will align the tree from this photo with this next one. So it will know where to merge these two photos. So please select all three, then go to Tools menu in Bridge, choose Photoshop, and choose Photo Merge. Now, Photoshop will go and do the task for you. I will leave it to auto, frankly, but try with the vignette removal and geometric distortion correction. Sometimes what it do, it will change, it will twist this photo for you so that it will align perfectly. So yeah, select all three, blend, vignette, and geometric. All three options there at the bottom. Click OK. Now Photoshop will go and automatically stitch these three images for you. There. Back to Photoshop. I just had to go to, yep. Did it work with you? Do you want to zoom at 100% with the hand tool, move around to see how accurate Photoshop stitching is? Okay. Can I show you something here in the layers panel? See what Photoshop has done. Photoshop created a mask, a layer mask. If you hold down Shift, click on this black and white mask. To see what happens here, let me just go one more time. Click on the mask with holding down Shift. You see where it merges two images perfectly. And the mask is really complex here. You can see here, I just click on the mask itself. It shows me how it's masked. So it creates a mask on the fly. It's really complex one. It's not easy task. Well, it's easy for you, but for Photoshop, I mean, if I want to do it manually, this will take me the whole afternoon to perform manually. But Photoshop did it for us in a matter of seconds. Definitely, we need to crop afterwards because I cannot just have this panorama with the transparent objects on top. But what I will do, perhaps let me try with the Magic Wand tool. Oh no! First, I will select all three layers. Select all three layers. Then go to the Layers panel menu. Choose Merge Visible, not Flatten. If you flatten, you will end up with no background, no transparent background. I want to have transparent background. So please choose Merge Visible. Right? Bring in the either Magic Wand tool. Just a second. Either bring the Magic Wand tool or Quick Selection tool and select the only the bottom part, but it seems that I just want to select this transparent area. Let's try it. So select only the transparent area at the bottom, even though it selects the whole thing. I'll just yeah. Everyone okay? Is everyone okay? There, I will go to next step. By what we would do, we will use the technique that we learned from last session, which is called content-aware fill. So go to Image menu, pardon me, Edit menu, Fill, and choose Content-aware fill. Click OK. Well, it's not a decent job, but I can live with it. I can start at least at a starting point. I can work on this. Content-aware fill. They work for you? I know it's the result is not with the content-aware fill is not so good, especially on top. On top because we have so many branches from this tree, different. But in the grass at the bottom, in the grass area, it looks much better than the top. Any questions? Photo merge. Let's work on aligning layer one more time. Aligning layers. We see why we align layers. Please go to Bridge. In the Extras folder, I have two images there for this girl. So if we select these two, auto align eyes shut, auto align eyes open, or open eyes. Select both of them. Go to Tools, Photoshop, load files into Photoshop layers, just like we did a while ago. We want these two images to go as one image. So load files into Photoshop layers. Now I have two layers here in this document. What I'm trying to achieve, and what I'm trying to achieve here in this exercise, if you click on the to hide top layer, display top layer, hide top layer. So hide and display top layer, you will find that this girl has her eyes shut in one and eyes open in the other one. This is particularly common when you are shooting a number of people. So we have a school class what do you call it, class shot. I mean that every year at the end of the year they take a group photo for the whole class, and especially for young, even for adults, you will have somebody yawning or blinking on that spot or sneezing. So what the photographer will do, a photographer will say, everyone say cheese, then take multiple shots, one after the other, say about 6 or 7 or whatever number of shots. Then the photographer will go home or go to the office, and in front of the computer will look at will analyze each kid or each person in the shot and see if there's anyone has his or her eyes shut. Okay, so in this case, I want to keep the top layer where her hand is upward. Her hand is open upward. But, excuse me, but the problem is her eyes shut. So hide display, hide display. You find also that these two photos are not aligned properly. So select both layers, please. Make sure that both are visible. Select both layers. Let's go and align it. Align them both. Go to Edit menu, choose Auto Align Layers. I click OK. All right. Anybody not following? Anybody struggling? So what we're trying to achieve? So what we're trying to achieve here, we have multiple shots of the same group, let's say. So you have at HCT, you have a staff shot, group shot, I mean. But the photographer will make sure that at least maybe in one photo, somebody will be blinking or has eye shots. So what the photographer will do, they will take multiple shots. Yes. So we need to have open eyes, hands up, exactly, just like Berlanti said. So let me zoom on. Now after I aligned the layers together. Zoom on the face, please. Zoom on the face. Bring a brush tool. Make sure that you have only single layer, which is the top layer selected. Single layer selected. Brush tool. We'll go from brushes panel or from brushes option there on top. Please follow. I will use soft brush, a size of maybe 15 pixels. Okay. No, 15 is too large. I will make it 10. Either use it this way, or you can, of course, use the other method I showed you last week. Then scrub. Oh, no. I'm sorry. That was my mistake. We shouldn't have used the brush just straight yet. We can use the eraser tool, definitely. Aren't we? I mean, we have used the perhaps eraser tool before. Eraser tool will delete. But just like we learned a while ago, we don't want always to use destructive method because the eraser tool is destructive. What I will do, select top layer, please, just like I have here. Select top layer. Then go at the bottom of the layers panel where you see a circle inside a square, a circle inside a rectangle. It says add layer mask. Add layer mask. This will add a blank mask, an empty mask. What is mask for? The following. Let me show you. With the brush tool, the one that we just used, make sure that you have the front color there in Photoshop. Front color should be black. You see here, I'm switching using this switch tool or switch switch icon. Make sure that you have black. Now scrub over the eyes. I will just make it more soft. I undone. Soft. I'll just make it very soft. Okay. I can definitely fix this later. But you know why we have a mask here? So now you painted over her eyes with the black. If you look at the mask here, hold down Shift on the mask, click on it. You turn on and off this mask. Shift click on the mask. So this is non-destructive. You are using non-destructive method of fixing an object. You paint over the mask just like you are using the eraser, but actually you're not erasing anything. You're just hiding this area. Just hiding this area. Any questions? So first, we had multiple shots. From bridge, we selected from tools menu, load these multiple shots into one document, multiple layers in one document. We aligned these layers. Photoshop will align automatically. It will look at the main object here, which is the girl, then align both layers eventually. Now, because her head is aligned with the other layer, now you can delete any part of the top layer. It will reveal what's behind it. So we are like deleting the eyes from top layer to reveal the eyes from bottom layer. Did I make it simple, or did I make it even worse with the extra explanation here? Is it clear? All right. So now you see some advantages of having multiple shots loaded as layers into Photoshop where you can align them together. Anybody has a question?
Yes.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, I wrote it. It's just before, a few minutes ago, you made the mask very large. What did you click to see the mask large?
I usually zoom. I don't know if you're talking about doing this.
This mask, yeah.
Okay, I didn't make it large. I just zoomed on it. Are you referring to this, or there is something else that?
The mask, yeah. The white mask that has a little bit black. If you want to see the black, because you made it before large.
No, I just zoomed on it. In the Macintosh, you can zoom on it. If you want to make it large, if you want to check the mask, if you hold down Alt, Lena, Alt and click on the mask. Alt click on the mask. This will reveal on the main layout. It will reveal only the mask.
Okay.
So these are my drawing on the eyes. Alt click one more time to go back to normal view. Shift click on the mask. Shift click on the mask will disable it temporarily. Shift click. Okay.
Okay.
So you can.
Okay, that was it. Thank you.
Okay. I don't know, since we're here, can you go back to the bridge and open the balloons for me, please? I maybe did not cover a few things in a better way. Open this balloon document, balloons document. I will talk about mask again here. So remember, I can convert this image into black and white by going to image adjustments, black and white from here. But that would be permanent, destructive. Alternatively, I will go to adjustments panel. Go to the adjustments panel for me. Click on the black and white icon. This will immediately convert my image to black and white and will, by default, add a mask. So it's not only a top layer, that overlays my original image, but also with a mask. It automatically creates it for me. I will go and play a little bit here and there. You can see with the on-image adjustments. This is the tool with the hand thingy. On-image adjustment. Bring out the contrast. Then let me show you what we can do with the mask. If you watch me here for a second, if you don't mind. Now this was a simple task. All I did, converted my color image into a black and white image using the adjustments panel, not the adjustments menu, because adjustment menu is destructive permanent. Adjustment panel is not permanent. I will use brush now. I'll make the brush large. Just bear with me. I will try this in front of you first. I'll make the brush hard with the black color over the white mask. Maybe another image, this one. Okay, I'll go there. I'll make brush small. So you have seen this effect many places where they have the model, this girl. This image is black and white, but her lips is red. I'm sure you have seen many examples in the past. So here, I'm just revealing, this way, I'm revealing the bottom layer. I can fix it later because I'm working on a mask, so it's easy to fix. Yeah, well, I can work on this by zooming closer. Definitely, I can enhance my selection, like so. Then if I want to delete, because now I'm painting with black, I can now paint with white to erase. Actually, I'm not erasing. I'm just covering up. This is mask means covering. I'm just covering part of the image or part of the layer below. As you can see. So try it on your own now. In the adjustments panel, pick any adjustment option from here. It will create a mask for you. So now you can really use black paint to reveal, white paint to hide. I don't like the effect, but let me just delete the whole thing. I'll work on a switch. I'll work on this one. Rounded balloon, much better. Yeah, I'm going over. I have spilling over other balloons. Now I can fix it. Switch to white. White. I mean, switch to white. Now I can fix it slowly, like so. I'm sure you got the idea now. So what do we mean by mask? If you excuse me for 2 seconds here. I'm not nice to you particularly. I'll try my best to be nice. Yeah. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I wish you all the best. You too, and sometimes I feel get in touch over the phone. You should. I'll get the directory of you on it. I apologize. Any questions about this technique? Which is the mask, the white or the black? See, it depends on where you are. In the layer, the mask would be white. In the channel, however, see, whatever we are working now with this mask is actually a reflective of channel. If you go to channels panel, you see it there. So usually when working in channels, it's the opposite. Black hide, white reveals, and the layer is the opposite, frankly. And you need to just try which one. I mean, sometimes I even get confused sometimes, but it's easy to switch between white and black. So in this case, white is the mask, black reveals. Any questions? What I want to show you here in the extras also. Oh, here we are. If you go to the straighten photo, we have a straighten photo. Please open straighten. This is a very short example or very short option. What's wrong with this photo? Can somebody tell me? Can you use audio and tell me what's wrong with this photo? Well, beside the missing head, actually the photo is inclined, it's not straight. So what I want to do, especially when you're on the shore, on the seashore, and you had a snapshot of the sea, but seems that you're standing on a not leveled ground. So you'll end up with the horizon. It's not straight. So what you can do to fix this? This is an old thing in Photoshop, but it has been improved in Photoshop CS5 and CS6. Okay, let me show you. Bring in, please, the ruler right under eyedropper tool. See here, eyedropper tool. You find ruler tool. So bring out ruler tool. Let's say this curve is the horizon. I will click on one side of the curve, drag all the way to the other side of the curve. Just make sure that you are really working on the same area of the curve, I mean aligned. Now you have drawn a line. On top, see on top here in Photoshop and the options bar, you have straighten layer button. Click on it. It will straighten the layer, but of course you need to crop afterwards. So this is simple. Yeah, somebody said no head. Of course, no head, but I was referring to the image, not straight. But yeah, good point. No head. Everyone will notice that. So undo. Let me show you another way of straightening and cropping at the same time. We used here the ruler. Ruler will align, will straighten but not crop. If you use the crop tool, this is something that we all have used over the years in Photoshop, crop tool. Now in Photoshop CS6, we have an enhanced crop tool. The issue is it creates the crop area for us. So there's one step done for us. You can click and drag. This is something different. Now we don't move the crop area, but rather the image. You can see here. See what I'm doing? I reduced crop area, and now when I move it, I'm actually moving the image in the background. This is different than what we have used over 20 years using Photoshop. The crop tool did not change until recently. I hope you get used to this new way. If you don't like it, if you don't like this new method, you can always go back here, see on top, and in the options bar, where you can use classic mode under the gear icon. You can use classic mode. So Photoshop will behave just like it used to with the crop tool. Now, what I want to do, I don't want to crop now here. I will just clear and use original ratio. No, front image. Sorry, even not. I don't want to crop. I just want to align the image as it was. Nevertheless, another way to straighten and crop at the same time. In the options bar, while you're holding crop tool, now we have straighten. So click on the straighten here, drag on the curve, just like we did a while ago. Let's consider this as a horizon. Click and drag. Now it straightens the image and crops it for us. If you hit return, it will commit to this crop. So one more time, I will just do it one more time. Pick the crop tool, go to straighten, click on the straighten button on top in the option bar, drag a line over the curve. This will straighten your image, crop it at the same time, hit return, voila, cropped. So close this document. If you don't have any question, let's close this document, move something else. Any questions about the new crop technique? If you don't like the new crop technique, you can always choose classic. There is something called vanishing point. If you open the house here, house in snow, then named vanishing PSD, double click on it please to open. Okay. Let's add another window here on the side. You see there are 3 windows on the front side. I would like to add another window before I ask the builder to come over and damage my house, and maybe I would not like the result. So I can just see how it will look like in Photoshop. Ideally, I would go and copy a window, then push it there on the side. So let me just try it. I will show you how to do this. But watch me here, because this is not what exactly we need to do. I will just select this window. You see? Now I have a selection. I will just copy. Oops, copy. No, not this way. I need to duplicate. There we go. You see, I'm just copying. It looks really odd. I will have to go and distort the image, edit, transform, perspective. So I have to really work on this. I have to work on this a lot, and maybe I will achieve the result at the end after 10 minutes or so of trying. let me just delete this. Sorry, I'll just undo. There we go. So let's start with a fresh image. Go to Filter menu, Vanishing Point. Filter menu, Vanishing Point. Now we are inside Vanishing Point dialog window. First thing first, by default, it will have the plane tool. Plane tool, like you're creating a perspective plane on the wall. So I will go and click here. Just watch my screen here for a second, please, before you do that. Do it by yourself. Click release in the corner. Click release. Click release. And click release. At the end, if you have a blue mesh, then you're okay. If your mesh is yellow or red, then it's bad. And you need to adjust it. If it is yellow or red, just hold one of the corners, drag it inward. The important thing, ladies and gentlemen, the important thing here, when I zoom in, I need to have my mesh works with the same level of these panels, these wooden panels or weatherboard panels. They have, my mesh should work or go the same level. Does that make sense? So first thing, we need to create a plane. Next thing, we start to copy the window so the window will understand how to stick to the plane. If your plane, which is this one, where we're going to stick the window on, if the plane is wrong, then the window will not show properly. Heather, we'll finish, Dr. Ken will finish at 6, as Dr. Fazal mentioned earlier. He said it's up to 6, up till 6 today. So we'll finish at 6, inshallah. Back to this exercise. Let's do something here. I want to clone this window, clone it, and put it at the end there. So check this out. I'll bring in the marquee tool, just like the marquee we have in Photoshop normally. We use this, so bring this in, highlight around this middle window, and now you can see it takes the shape. This highlight, this marquee will take the shape. Okay, hold down Alt on the keyboard. Now we can see black and white arrows, dual arrows. That means you're going to duplicate now. You drag this window and place it elsewhere on the wall. Release. Control D or Command D to deselect. How fast was that? And fast and accurate, really. It really reads your plane. If the plane is created properly, then you're okay. We have used this technique, guys. We have used this technique on, how did you make the grid show up? Okay, I will repeat this, Heather, I will repeat this. I'll tell you where we use this. You all have seen the double-decker buses in Dubai. And you've seen them with advertisements wrapping all around the bus. What we do, we get a photo from RTA, from Road and Transport Authority. We get a photo from them. This photo is taken from the top corner, one of the corners of top of the bus. So you can see 3 sides of the bus: front, side, and roof. And they give us another shot for the back, the same thing on the back. So we see roof, rear, and side. So what we end up with in Photoshop, we come here and we create a plane on the bus, on the photo of the bus, of course, the photo. Then we bring the artwork that we created earlier in whatever, Photoshop or Illustrator. Then we just copy and paste in here on the planes, the 3 planes, and it will take the shape of the bus. So we create such artwork, print it out, take it to RTA to approve it before our client, who's an advertisement agency, can place it on the bus physically. So this is where we use it, and it will be done in a matter of seconds as long as you have your artwork ready. Sticking it on the bus, it is a matter of seconds. Anybody wants me to repeat this? Because I have another exercise on vanishing point. So if you want, you can wait. Oh no, let's just do it quickly. Can you watch me here one more time? I will just cancel this. Go to filter, vanishing point. Now, in the vanishing point, by default, the create plane tool is selected by default. Click release, click release, click release, click release. This will create 4 corners and will create eventually a plane for me. Check the plane well. If the plane is good on all corners, here I will just adjust it slightly, like so, at the bottom. Yep, I need to adjust this slightly here at the bottom, and here slightly. There. Plane is good. Now I bring this marquee tool, select window, hold down Alt to duplicate. You can copy and paste also. You can copy paste. I'm sorry, no, it didn't work. Oh yeah, it worked, but pasted over my old window. So you can do that, copy paste, drag the window, or you can simply hold down Alt to duplicate. I made a plane and everything worked. Yeah, Heather, once you select the marquee tool, that grid disappears. It just leaves the outline of the grid. It doesn't disappear. It just leaves the outline of the grid. And you copy, of course, you copy the window and drag it to the other end. Let's just do an exercise here on another exercise on vanishing point. This is something that I demonstrated at GITEX 3 or 4 years ago. I'll just close this. Back to Bridge. Here I have a folder named Vanishing Point. So double click on it, please. Open both documents. One that says Keep Clear and the Safeway track. Both documents, please. Open them. Okay. Now go to the text, Keep Clear. This is a very simple document. Text over a clear background. Go to Edit menu, choose Select All. Oh, sorry, Select menu, choose All. This will select the whole page. So go to Select menu, choose Select All. Copy. From Edit menu, choose Copy, just normal copy. Close document. We don't need it anymore. Once you copy text, close the document. Now I'm in the in this document here. Is everyone following? Okay, this is the last exercise. We'll leave after this if you like. Right. In the track document, please create a new empty layer. So in the layers panel, you know how to create a new layer, guys. At the bottom of the layers panel, just beside the trash can, click on the button here. This will create a new blank layer. This is where we're going to place keep clear on it. You need to have another layer. You can put it on any other layer really. Okay, go to filter menu. Let's access vanishing point filter. From filter menu, go to vanishing point. I created a plane earlier on the ground. I did that before I saved the document. The good thing is when you create a plane, it will always be there for you. Okay, let's paste. Do a normal paste. This will paste your text. Now drag this text into the this plane on the plane. You see, it immediately takes the shape of the floor or ground, the driveway. Now we need to really rotate the text. I need to rotate the text here. To rotate text, please watch me here for a second. It's not really hard, but a bit awkward. The movement is not so smooth. Here we have a transform tool. Transform tool. With the transform tool handy, I will go rotate like this, drag it out, rotate some more, drag it, rotate until my text now becomes aligned with the driveway or with the truck even. Slowly, there we go. Try it, please. I know it's a bit hard. So with the transform tool, make sure that you have the pointer outside text. It will look curved arrowhead, a curved arrow. Click and drag to rotate it. Try as much as possible to make it look like what I have here on the screen. When you're happy with the result, click OK to close the dialog window. Sweet. Now we have black text. We have a black text, but we want to make it white. You can see how simple it was. It took the ground immediately because we have a plane created earlier on the ground. It took the shape of the ground. An easy way to convert this text into white. You remember we did this earlier. If you go to image, adjustments, invert. Invert will give you the opposite color. So we have black here, it will show us white. Convert, or invert, pardon me. This is not enough. Text looks fake. I mean, it looks like it was superimposed on this image. So make sure that you are in the layer, topmost layer, that the one that we just created, and we place the text on it. Let's go to blending mode. And blending mode, choose, how about if you choose multiply? No, multiply, not good. Choose overlay. From blending mode, choose overlay. Usually it will show normal. Usually it shows normal. Choose overlay this time. So it looks like it was painted some years ago, some time ago. You can even reduce opacity for this layer to make it look like being driven over or fading over the years. Oh, I have still, okay, I didn't, You can always stop me if I go too fast. You can turn your mic on and say, Zaid, can you slow down or go back, step backward? Because I didn't check the chat pod. I'll repeat it now. I'll repeat the exercise now. Let me just start again. Everyone, you don't have to start again, but I'll just do that. In a bridge, I have a document. I have two documents, two photos. In Adobe Lessons Extras folder called Vanishing Point, there are two documents here, one for the track, one for the keep clear. Open both of them. In a bridge, you can hit Command O to open, or you can double click on both of them to open them. So here we have two images. Start with the text, keep clear text. What I want to do, I want to copy this text because you cannot type inside the vanishing point. So you need to prepare your text earlier. That's why it's here for you. So go to select all. Now you can see around the edge of my document, I have these marching ants. That means everything in this document is selected. Copy, then close this document. Now we have only one document open, which is this track. Go to, before we go to vanishing point, I need to place my text on a separate layer. So create a new layer, please. If you don't know how to create a new layer, there are many ways. Either the simple one is at the bottom of the layers panel, there is a create a new layer button. Here, this one. If you put the pointer for a second there, it says create a new layer. Or you can go to the layers panel menu, choose a new layer from there. Right? Here's a new layer. It's empty at the moment. Let's go to filter, vanishing point. We have the grid created earlier. We know how to create a grid now. You can just simply select the tool, the plane tool to create the grid. So I will go and paste, a normal paste. Control V or Command V, this paste my text, drag it over the plane. Now I want to rotate it to take the shape of the driveway. Bring in transform tool. And rotate until you try to achieve, yeah, okay. When I'm happy with the position of this text on the driveway, click OK. I can, in many ways, can color this text. I can have so many methods, but I just showed you a simple method, which is image, adjustments, invert. This will give you the opposite color. The other way is I can lock transparency on this layer. Here on the layers panel, we have so many locks. Lock image pixels, lock position or movement, or lock all. I lock transparent pixels. So this way, if I bring a brush, for instance, see here, this is a brush, pick up white color and scrub, I will paint only the text. Nothing else will be painted because I lock transparent areas. It will not be affected. It will not go on the photo, Heather. It will not go on the photo. It says here, Heather, how did you paste the text on the plane? When you paste, it will paste always on top of the dialog window where we were in vanishing point. But when I drag it, it will always be inside the plane that was created. That's the whole point of the vanishing point. So it will always stay inside the, yeah. It puts it on the photo right, yes. But when you drag it to the plane, it will take the shape of the plane and stays there. So it goes into the plane. not outside it. Does that make sense? So back to the scenario of the RTA double-decker bus. You go and create a plane in advance, or on the fly. You can create a plane on the 3 sides of the bus. Then you have your artwork copied in the computer memory because you selected copy. Then you go into the bus image. When you click paste, it will be pasted. The artwork will be pasted. But when you drag it over the plane, it will immediately take the shape of the plane. It will wrap around the bus. All right. So here, after pasting and coloring my text to white, I will choose blending mode, overlay blending mode, and reduce opacity. So this way it looks like an old painting. We're not done here yet. We're not done. Final step. Final step. Do you see the canvas? It's on a separate layer. Please hide the canvas cover. Hide. There is another layer beneath it. I will just show you something here. You can watch me for a second and you can replicate the steps. It's a very simple step. Check this out. I will go to the marquee tool. Of course, I need to be on the canvas cover layer. I have to be on this layer. I will go and select this part only. This part of the canvas. You can see selection, everyone. Can you see selection? Okay, just only the part of the canvas. Go to Edit menu, Transform, Warp. Now, it gives me handles. There, just drag handles up. It is like a flexible canvas material. One more time. Make sure that you're on the canvas cover layer. Make sure that you're on canvas cover layer. Go to edit. Make a selection first. I made a selection around this canvas. Go to edit, transform, warp. Then drag the bottom corner of the canvas, like so. Looks like you're revealing part of the load, the cargo here. Right. I will show you also something here. Of course, you need to commit when you alter the warp. You need to press return to commit. Deselect. Let's just make it more realistic here. Check this out. I'll bring in a brush panel, a brush tool. Have a black foreground. Make a brush soft. Just make it soft, very soft. You can do it in that technique I showed you last time. Hold down Control-Alt on Macintosh. As you adjust your brush up and down, will make it soft edge. Right and left will make it larger or smaller in size. I want to paint a shadow so that it will look like this canvas is really covering the cargo. I will reduce the brush opacity to about 30%. Yeah, I will do that now, more than 30%. I will make it 60% now. Brush opacity, make it 60%. But this is the important thing. You can choose from the mode, brush mode, choose behind. So now when you paint, check this out, when I paint, I actually paint behind the canvas. Of course, the more you go over the same area, the bigger your effect will be. So these are some techniques that we have been using over the years, but of course, with every new Adobe Photoshop version comes out, things becomes simpler, easier, less steps, more control. So I always, when I demonstrate these things to professional designers, they say, but these things used to take so much time from us before. Now it's, yeah, they feel threatened. I mean, their position is threatened. Now anybody with a little experience or with a little practice in Photoshop can do what we used to do in a couple of days. They can do it now in a few minutes. So this is, I mean, just I'm not really scaring anybody here, but just to let you know about what Adobe is doing. They improve, they enhance these tools, these techniques, just like with any other application. Any questions before we wrap up today?
Yes, I mean, just the last part when you were painting, what did you paint? I just didn't see what happened.
I painted shadow. If you look here closely, before, the thing is, because I curved the canvas up,
yeah,
it just didn't look like it's a separate layer. It's like the whole thing is painted over each other. So what do? You bring in the brush with black, and of course I use behind option, which many people miss. They don't see this. With behind, I'll go over this area and add a shadow like so. So it looks like it's really you take off the canvas and to reveal the cargo. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Any questions? You are free to go. For those who want to stay and have some questions, please do so. Thank you very much. We will meet on Monday, but again, I'm staying for a while in case you have some questions.
Zaid,
yeah, Dr. Fazal, I'm sorry if I don't have handouts. I mean, this is something that was the concern was raised this session. I don't have handouts for this because this is not a common training. Usually we give even away books. Believe it or not, Dr. Fazal, we give book. But in this event, I'm teaching. Not teaching. I don't consider myself teaching. I'm just raising awareness about some tools for my peers. I mean, you are all teachers, and so I didn't prepare really handouts. I cannot really work on handouts at this stage.
No, I'm getting a very positive feedback from all the people who are in this training session. I mean, yeah, I think you're more of a facilitator than a teacher. But this is always learning is it never stops. It's a lifelong process, and we're all learning from you. Thank you for that. I just wanted to mention one thing to all who are still in the room that I have made an executive decision on whether we should do it on Thursday or on Monday, and I think the decision is that we do it on Monday rather than on Thursday. So everybody, please join again Monday at 2 p.m. same time.